What is lifestyle medicine? Well, it's my passion. And here on Health with Harvey, I'm going to tell you all about lifestyle medicine. It's important to know it is not alternative medicine, it's the core to all medicine. We look at nutrition, physical activity, how well you sleep, how you manage stress productively, and something called positive psychology. Lifestyle medicine has its roots in the corporations in the US, where they have some big corporations that have hired doctors to take care of the health and well being of their employees. And they found that they reaped the benefit of healthy and happy employees, but they also got efficiency improved as well as an improvement in their profit margin. And because of that, that started the ball rolling into making the changes in our lives to keep us out of doctor's offices, really, and healthy and happy. And so research was being developed, and we have some really good evidence-based research. And part of that was looking at places like the blue zones, where people are living well over 100 years, healthy, happy, active. They're with it, and they're loving their lives. And so people started to think, what's going on there that we're not doing the rest of the world, and looking at what the differences are. And it comes down to lifestyle. There's even some interesting research looking back at our ancestors about what they ate and how they lived their lives and how that affects us now. When it comes to nutrition, well, Grandma was right. We are what we eat. And based on what we eat, it determines what it can do for us and what it is doing to us, good or bad. And when I talk about that, I'm not only talking about the nutrition of the food, but I'm also talking about the amazing science that's coming out about the microbiome, the bacteria in our guts, and how we have this really close relationship that is vital to our health. And when we've got healthy gut bacteria, it affects us at the DNA level and determines things like whether or not we're likely to put on weight or develop diabetes. It affects the risk of whether we get heart disease or our cancer risks. It even affects our mood. It's really amazing what's happening out there in that field. The other bit is how we move our bodies. Unfortunately, being still is literally becoming the death of us. And it's so important to find out what motivates you to move. And I'm not saying you have to get sweating in the gym. Unless that's your joy, then go for it. But let's find the activity that you enjoy doing, because it's so vitally important to our bodies as well as our mental health. Time and time again, it's being proven exercise is good medicine. Sleeping, honestly, don't we all know it? Being sleep deprived is truly, literally torture. And we've inadvertently introduced a variety of aspects into our lives that's interfering with our natural sleep cycle. And it affects everything. What we crave to eat, how much we eat, and thus how much we gain. It even affects our mood and our resiliency, our ability to cope with stress, and whether we focus on the negative or the positive. And that's an interesting aspect, isn't it? Stress. Honestly, I say if we're alive, we're going to have stress in our lives. So it's so important to find positive coping strategies, how to deal with it. And one of them is what I just said, improving our sleep, getting enough sleep, improving the quality, nourishing and feeding yourself well, and moving your body. Things like meditation and something as enjoyable and silly as dancing in the kitchen or going out and dancing, playing soothing music or revitalizing music, playing with the dog. Getting outside is important. Seeing the sunlight, getting out in nature is vitally important for our health as well. Because really, we all came from nature back in the day before we had big cities and concrete jungles. And if someone has picked up a poor coping mechanism for strategies that have become a bit of a crutch to get through stress, things like cigarettes, alcohol, or other drugs, then it's time to start making those important changes to shift our coping strategies to more positive ones to get us back on track. There's a part of psychology called positive psychology that's really caught my interest, because if we're just barely getting by and we look at changes in our life, it all just seems a little bit too much. So, an important aspect is addressing our well-being. If we make changes in positive psychology, these proven strategies that improve our well-being, then we find ourselves having the motivation and energy to start making the little changes in our nutrition and our physical activity that then further supports how well we're feeling and how mentally well we're feeling, which then again further supports our ability to make change, putting on us on that upward spiral so that we can truly flourish in our lives. What I've really found amazing is how important the relationships in our lives are. They are vital to our vitality. And don't we all know it? Good relationships make everything better. Health, happiness, and unfortunately, poor or bad relationships make everything in our life worse. So it's not about quantity, it's about quality. And as much as it's good fun that I'm on Facebook, I'm talking about the real thing, face to face. It's also important to know when I talk about lifestyle medicine, we're not against medicine or medications, but I've got to wonder, how good are you going to feel when you've made those lifestyle changes and you find yourself not having to take that medication you might have had to, or even starting to come off some of the medications? In fact, I've seen some people come off medications. How good is that going to feel? And because of that, it's so important to know lifestyle medicine is not alternative medicine. It is core medicine. And I wonder, do you want to do your best to avoid getting diabetes, or getting control of your diabetes, losing weight, just feeling better, living your life to the fullest? How great is that going to feel? That's right, lifestyle medicine. Now you know why I'm so excited about it. I'd like to leave you with a quote from Dr. David Katz, the former Prime Minister, President, a little bit Australian, of the American College of Lifestyle Medicine. He says lifestyle as medicine has the potential to prevent up to 80% of chronic disease. No other medicine can match that. In addition, it is potentially inexpensive and even cost-saving, free of all but good side effects, safe and appropriate for children and octogenarians alike. It is quite simply the best medicine we've got. And I have to say, if this were a pill, wouldn't we all be taking it? Well, the good news is we can all do it. Today, I'd like to wish you health and happiness from Harvey and I. You take care and have a great day.